So I am headed to another prenatal appointment, and this time Tess is bringing her husband Evan along, which is going to be super fun, and I know it means a lot to her to have his support through this whole thing, and just to have him there to really celebrate in this experience with her. And I just really recommend for you mamas who are going to these ultrasounds to bring someone you love and someone who loves you well to these appointments, just because it can be a super special experience for both of you, whether that is your partner or whether it's your mom or your friend or your cousin twice removed. Just someone you love, someone who loves you well, someone who's going to help you, you know, remember questions that you want asked, or to remember what the doctor said. And so this is going to be a super just fun appointment that we get to go to, and I feel super honored to be able to be just even a fly on the wall for this appointment that they're going to be able to see their baby again. So they're getting an ultrasound, and it'll be Evan's first time seeing the baby in like a live ultrasound and not just in a picture, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to head there now, and we will update you later.
So I only see one baby.
Okay.
And then we'll go in this direction.
Oh my goodness.
You can see a really nice heartbeat right here. And I'll put the sound on so you can hear it too. Just moving the angle a little bit. It sounds really good. It's about 150, and that's normal.
Okay.
And so we'll kind of look at everything else. You can see this is the head. And there's a little hand right there. And this is kind of it's a better view. You can see.
Oh my gosh.
That's like the profile?
Yeah, exactly. The profile, little hand. This is the spine.
11 weeks, 5 days.
That might be, have gone a little far. 11-4.
Okay.
As long as it's within a couple days of where we think you should be, that's fine. We wouldn't really worry about too big of growth or too big of bleed. You can see some movement.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Little hands. And you can see the legs kind of kicking and stretching.
They're
Waving.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
That's so long.
Yeah,
I know.
When they're all the way stretched out.
They're moving so much. Oh my god.
But everything looks great. We see all the things we want to see. A normal heartbeat and a normal size and some movement. So that's wonderful. There's the cord at all. Even pelvis. Yeah. Probably not. It's so early. It's really hard to see at this point.
I'm like so anxious.
I know.
To know.
But they'll be able to see when you get your anatomy scan really well.
Okay.
But everything looks great.
So I'm just about to walk over to Tess and her husband Evan's house, and I am super excited to see them. They had their appointment yesterday, and so we're gonna go over there and chat a little bit about the update, and he is going to have some just good insight for the partners on how to kind of navigate this like first part of pregnancy and how partners can be encouraging to their mamas who are pregnant. And so it's just gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys, and they are too. So let's head over there now. It's me, your best friend. It's your doula. Oh my Smile. I'm over here with Evan and Tess, and Evan came with us to the prenatal appointment, and it was his first time seeing a live ultrasound. How was this baby? Yeah, of this
baby. That was awesome. Definitely makes it come more alive, and seeing him or her stretching out and kicking out those long legs was fun, and hearing the heartbeat. Yeah, it was good.
It was super cool. Yeah, so baby's measuring at like 4.8 centimeters. So it's like this, right? It's big, I think, yeah. So like the size of a strawberry, which is a lot of fun. Yeah. Are you glad it was not an internal ultrasound?
Oh, yeah, I hate those things. Oh my god. The belly ultrasound is the way to go.
Yeah.
I hate
So the ones where you go inside. Yeah, not the most
He
fun.
doesn't like those ones.
It's not happening today, but I hate.
Before we went to the appointment, he was like, "Are they gonna have to like stick that thing inside you again?" I was like, "Well, I think the baby's too small. I think they have to do it like that right now." And so he was pleasantly surprised when it was the belly ultrasound.
Yeah.
So how many weeks are you?
11 weeks and 5 days, so almost 12 weeks.
Yes. They don't always do this ultrasound, so they'll always do like the 6 to 8 week ultrasound, and then they'll do another one at 20 weeks, and then depending on your care provider, they'll do another one at around 12 weeks to see how baby is doing.
I love seeing them move in there. It just like looks so small, but you can already kind of see like the profile features and the hand waving and little feet and stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
Would you recommend like all their partners doing it, or bringing someone along?
Yeah, definitely. It's something you want to celebrate together, and it's kind of a long process, but you start it together. You should go through it together as much as you can. I haven't been able to go to every appointment, but definitely go to the ones that I'm able to. And it's just cool to do it together and to see the stages of growth together, and then obviously the delivery,
finished product,
home stretch.
Yeah. And I think even like you said, you haven't been able to come to all of the appointments, and I've been really thankful that you've come to all of them, because even if like you can't go, even if like you don't have a husband to go, it's really awesome to have somebody else there to share it with. And I can't imagine like leaving the doctor's appointment and not like looking at the picture with somebody and just talking about how cute they are and talking about all of it. So I think it's super cool to have somebody there to share that with, because
it's special. I think just to see it and to hear the heartbeat, and to do that with your partner. So it's a special thing. Don't miss out if you don't have to.
So you are feeling better now, not so nauseous, not so sick. What are some of the ways that Evan's been supporting you, like, since you were feeling like just not yourself? Like, what were the big ways?
Just, he's been so supportive, and just really like stepping up kind of and taking on more of like the household responsibilities, which I am a stay-at-home mom, and so the house is my job, and just
it's a lot of work.
And just having the support of, you know, it being okay if I'm feeling sick or feeling really tired and not being able to cook dinner that night, or needing more help with Blake, or needing more help with cleaning, and just really, I feel like just that partnership that has, like, you know, when you're in times of like hardship and when you're in times of not feeling well or being tired, just like that coming togetherness that I feel like is super, super, has just been so awesome. And like I said, just like cooking for us or helping me clean, or just really taking on more duties with Blake. And that's just been really helpful, because I enjoy those things being on my shoulders when I'm feeling good, because I take pride in that. That's my job. That's like, you know, what I do as a mom and being at home. But when you're not able to do it, I think there's a little bit of guilt that can come with that when you're not able to do it, and to know that he's not upset, he's not like feeling like, why aren't you taking care of like the only thing you have to do, you know, that he's like, that's okay, go take a nap, like I got this in here. And just to have that is really awesome, because it's tiring emotionally, tiring physically, and to, you know, it was different to just with Blake, because I didn't have anything else to do when I was sick. I'm like, I can go take a nap, or when I'm tired, you know. But now with Blake having another baby, it's really hard to just, I'm tired, I want to sleep. And so to have him come home from a long day of work and still be willing to take on what I can't handle right now is really supportive and really awesome.
So what's one thing that you would encourage partners to either do or have in their mind during this like first stage of the pregnancy because obviously like right now, like it's hard to sometimes remember that like even anything's happening, because like, I mean, of course, you know, you guys are pregnant, but it's like
outward appeal, like super change or
So are there any things that you like want to encourage other people with?
Just be patient, and just roll with it. There's a lot of changes going on, and everyone's going to be tired and want a break, and it is hard, and you'll be frustrated, you know, especially if you're coming home long day of work yourself and then your partner needs extra hands. It can be frustrating, but you know, that's part of that commitment and love, and you know, it's not like I'm like just thrilled to do it all the time, but like I think you kind of just you know, swallow that pill, and you just be patient, and you work together, and you get breaks when you can, and but just roll with it. I mean, there's a lot that won't get done. There's a lot of expectations that you might have that just don't work out that way, and I think just being okay with that and just take it one day at a time. I think it's easy to get ahead of yourself. I know a lot of times, you know, when she's getting stressed out and we're not able to figure out how to get something done, the stress of how are we going to do this, and you're already thinking like
9 months down
the whole thing. And just I would just try to stay away from that. Just take it one day at a time, and if you're not able to do everything right in front of you, you know, be okay with that. Get what you can, get what you need done, and then just live to fight another day, and find some way to rest and like have fun with each other, and just enjoy it. You know, it is hard, but it's definitely a joyful thing, and so try not to let the hard stuff get in front of that. So just be patient and roll with it.
Yeah, that's great. And I think too, like you're saying, have fun with each other. And I think especially in the beginning when you're not feeling well, like it's hard to like find times when you're like busy or stressed or tired or sick to like find time to just enjoy time with each other. And that's like something, you know, before any big event, you want to cherish the time that you have right now, because you know life is going to change. And so just enjoying those moments with each other, because you know,
especially if it's your first one, my gosh, overnight it's just like,
so take that from them. Like enjoy, like I know if it's your first baby, you're so excited to meet your baby, but enjoy every night that you have, just going to bed when you want to, waking up when you want to.
The baby will get there. Like, and I remember the whole 9 months, I like could not think about anything else but like, I want the baby to be here, everything, and which it's amazing now, but it's completely different, and you know, you miss those times that you had when it was just you guys, and so.
But it's not like don't regret.
Like
I think, you know, sometimes we think like, oh, I wish I can go back to that. Like you don't want to like regret having the kid, but enjoy it because it will change. But then also when it changes, there's new things to enjoy.
It's good.
You want to have like just the full experience of every stage, and so don't look too far back, don't look too far forward. Just kind of
be where you are.
Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the present. It's a gift.
As cheesy as that sounds. I think there's truth there.
So I feel like as a doula, like I feel like I relate all of, or like most of life's big lessons to birth, I feel like. And you were talking about how like right now you're overcoming things together, and I feel like that's so true in birth. Like you guys are overcoming and like challenges of birth and just really showing up for each other, and like you guys are doing that now even, like, and so that's why like you can carry that strong bond into birth. And that's something like I always say to moms, is that like your partner, whoever that is, like they bring in like history and love with you to the birth space, and that's something that I can't bring in to the depth that you can bring in. I bring in, you know, experience and skill, but you bring in that like love and that history that like you totally need, and you guys
to push you.
And you guys are, you know, you've already built that, but you're continuing to build that, and that's just so special. And so that's something I encourage like moms out there, just like to be building, like take these challenges and these discomforts as like just kind of the foundation of what you guys are going to be building up until birth and beyond birth. And so that's really cool to like see that, like, you guys are doing that now, and that's like one of the ways you're preparing for birth without even realizing it. So.
Yeah. And it doesn't always feel that way. Like, you know, when the struggles come and when things happen, it doesn't always feel like, you know, we're making these steps forward or we're like, you know, doing all this together. It just doesn't always feel that way because things are hard sometimes, but that is true.
Hopefully, if you're watching this, mamas, you are feeling good about your pregnancy and feeling like there are ways for you to bring your partner along in this, you know, whoever that is, maybe that's your mom, your sister, your husband, whoever that is, that you're able to bring them a part of this journey and that they are, you know, they're excited to be a part of this journey because it's their journey as well. So hopefully you guys are encouraged by that, and thanks, guys.
Of course, thank you for having us.
We'll see you next time.
I also just realized why we're supposed to look at the lens and not.
I've been looking at that the whole time.
You can't. Okay. They're not gonna.
I think I'm looking at their forehead.
Yeah, I can't not look at that.
Great.